Good morning. Today we are continuing our Unit 9. We've been working on the square and rectangle, triangle, trapezoid, circle with the perimeter and area, the circumference of the circle and the area. Today we're working with some different shapes. So we're still working with shapes, but we're changing what we're working on. We are not doing perimeter, circumference, areas today. So today we're going to look at three-dimensional figures. So CO55 is I can classify solids and identify their faces, edges, and vertices. So when we were talking about the shapes, the square, the rectangle, the circle, those were flat. We call that two-dimensional because they were flat on the paper. Today we're talking about the solid, which is three-dimensional. It's a figure that encloses a part of space. So if we think of a ball, that is a three-dimensional sphere. It's not a flat circle, it is three-dimensional. So a prism is a solid formed by polygons that has two congruent bases that lie in parallel planes. Oof, that sounds a little confusing, but think of what a prism looks like. So it's going to be three-dimensional. So that prism is three-dimensional. It's taking up that space. It has parallel bases. A pyramid is a solid formed by polygons that has one base. That base can be any polygon, and the other polygons are triangles. So for it to be a pyramid, we have let me start this way. So if I have a square on the bottom, it's triangles coming up from that square. It doesn't have to just be a square. It could be a triangle on the bottom. It could be a rectangle on the bottom. It's a pyramid if it's triangles that come up from that polygon on the bottom. A cylinder is a solid with two congruent bases that lie in parallel planes. So a cylinder is like a can. It's got the circle on the top, the circle on the bottom. They are parallel, and it comes up. So it's not just a circle, it's more of a can. A cone has a circle on the bottom, and it comes up to our points, like an ice cream cone. A sphere is a solid formed by all points in space, so it's not just a circle, it goes all the way around. So it's that sphere, it's a ball. So everything is the same equidistance, it's the same distance from the center of the sphere. So in the very middle, everything is the same. So it's not like an egg where there's shorter sides and longer sides, where it's more oval. It is circular. Mine looks a little oval there, but that's because I'm drawing with a marker. So those are our different solids that we're going to be working with today. We have our prism, our pyramid, our cylinder, our cone, and our sphere. A face is a polygon that is the side of a solid. So this right here, right in the middle, that's the face. Each side is a face. So the face would be that whole side. So you're counting sides. An edge is a line segment where the two faces meet. So it's the line, that is your edge. So each of these is an edge. And then the vertex is where a point where the edges of the solid meet. So where two edges meet, we have two edges, they meet at the vertex. So it's the corners. So the vertex is the corners. The face is the side. The edge are where the two sides meet, that line. And then the vertex are the corners. So we need to practice classifying our solids. All right, so to classify our solids, I'm going to draw a solid up there, and you're going to have to tell me which one it is. Okay? It's not that complicated. All right, so let's look at our first one. What is that? Tristan, see.
It's a cone.
It is a cone. Let's look at our next one.
Oh, a prism.
What do we call this, Gabby? A prism has the parallel planes. This doesn't have the parallel planes. Will G? A pyramid. It has the triangle faces. And it's got the polygon on the bottom, so it's different. It's different than a cone. Cones always have the circle on the bottom. The pyramid has a different shaped polygon on the bottom with the triangles that come up to the point. Here's our next one. What is that, Nolan? Cylinder.
I can't forget.
Yeah. All right. I am going to move my paper up. Oh, of course, doesn't want to move up with my fingers today. So, classifying the solids, we kind of get that, right? We know our shapes. Now we need to count our faces, edges, and vertices. Yes? Yeah. Sphere. So a ball is called a sphere. All right, our next one, we need to count, we're going to count our faces, our vertices, and our edges.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
I can freehand cubes like the best of them. Okay. Friends, who can tell me where my faces are? Landed?
Are the faces like the top?
No, please, please.
Tell me what a face is first.
A face is. Wait, so the face is like the side.
The face is the side. So how many faces are on this cube? So we've got one on top, one on bottom, one on this side, one on the back side, one up here, and one in the front. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. What is an edge, Aiden?
The edges of the prism. The edges of the
So how would you explain what the edge is on there?
It's like on the end of the cube.
You gotta narrow it down a little bit more for me because I don't know where the end of the cube is. It's not the end of the cube because that would just be. How do I locate the edges, Lily? It's where the faces meet. So if we found our faces are the sides, the edges are where they meet. So to count your edges, you're going to count each of those lines where they meet. So how many edges are on the cube? Shh. Thank you to my friends who are raising their hand quietly. What do you think, Regan? So we've got one edge, 2, 3, 4. Then if we do this over here, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I have some more edges?
Yes.
How many more edges, Regan?
4.
Yeah, so 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 edges. We had 8 faces, 12 edges. Notice what I did counting my edges. I actually traced over them to make sure I didn't miss any. I'm not doing it just to make myself do extra work. I'm tracing over those edges to make sure that I'm counting them all. Sometimes you can just trace over them. Sometimes you can just do a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can make sure each line you counted. Okay? It's really easy to miss some. So make sure you're going slow and you're taking your time. Our last one are the vertices. What are the vertices, Zoe? Where the edges meet. Yep. So what do we call where the edges meet? The corners. So it's where the edges meet, which are the corners. So where our edges are meeting. So how many vertices are there, Zoe? Let's check and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 vertices. So when you're given your solid, and they have some interesting looking solids, you're gonna have to count your faces, the sides, count the edges, the lines, count the vertices, the corners. They might give you something. Oh my, this is, I don't know if I can freehand this shape. Let's see, this is a hexagonal prism. So, let's see how I can do. That's not very good. Oh my. It does. I had the same thought. It does. We do. What does it look like
I did do this. I didn't do it. I'll sit in. So what?
I am not doing such a good job with this. I can do cubes like the best of them, but I am not good at hexagonal prisms. Apparently. Yes. Let's try that one. I think would be easier though.
I don't even know what I should see on the thing. Oh. I do this one right here. No, that's an awesome.
You know what? Let's do it like this.
Wait, let's give me to draw a line through the and from the top.
Almost have it. Oh my
No, wait, you
goodness.
have it good. You have it good.
Look at what I found in the math book.
You did it!
Okay. Eyes up. All right. How many faces are on this solid? Anthony?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. We have one in front, the one in the back, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Let's check and see. Wait. One in front, one in back, side, a roof, and the floor. So there are actually 7 sides. So follow along with me, Anthony. The front, the back. We have one roof here is 3. The other roof is 4. Then we have our side 5, side is 6, and the floor is 7. It is super easy to lose count when you're counting those sides. So you have to double. Friends in the back, please stop talking. It is super important that we double check our work. If you count it one time, do it again and make sure you're counting correctly. How many edges? Nick.
13. 13.
Let's count it together and see if it's 13. So we have 1. Oh, I don't want to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the front. So we know there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the back. 6 connecting it on top. 7 connecting this side. or 8 connecting that side, 9, 10. Oh, how did I lose count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I said 4. I said 15.
So there were 5 in the front, 5 in the back, and then 5 on the sides. So there are actually 15 edges. You see how we got that? I messed myself up when I said 5 in the front, 5 in the back. I should have said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the front, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the back, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on the sides.
Yeah, looks like a bird. It does.
How do I find my vertices? How do I find the vertices, Adrian?
Like it's the I forgot what it's called.
Ryan?
Oh,
Corners. The vertices are the corners. So we count our corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 vertices, 10 corners.
I love this.
So our assignment for today is your workbook page 157 and 158. So make sure that you are slowly counting correctly. For my friends at home, we hope you are well and we hope to see you soon.